What it do, 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 what it do. It's your boy Cinco Bands the man, trying to get 100 grand. You know I got the plan, and I can't do it without you, y'all. Hey, we back. We back with another one, y'all. Hey, man, I hope you read the title. Yeah, Mr. Tendernizm. Back in the news. Hope you read the title. Destination Smokehouse. Not giving up. Hope you read the title. Nah, hey, welcome back, y'all. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Drop me a hype if you really showing some love to the Bands gang. Hey, man, without further ado, you know what it do. Let's do it. Hey, man, I wanted to say thank you to all the supporters, though, real talk.
Destination Smokehouse just did an interview where they found himself exposing Mr. Tendernizm. They believe that Mr. Tendernizm is actually the villain in this situation, that they did nothing wrong, and that he went out there and lied and misrepresented certain facts to make them look bad and make him look like some poor old man who got taken advantage of, and they're claiming that's far from the truth. Let's do a quick recap for the people who are not familiar with this story or forgot about the details. Walter, aka Mr. Tendernizm, left Destination Smokehouse. Destination Smokehouse was a brand that he started to work with and made it famous, right? His Instagram reels made them really famous, gave them a lot of visibility. It increased their sales, it increased their numbers, and made the owners rich.
Now, everybody know Destination Smokehouse haven't been doing as well since Mr. Tendernizm left. Mr. Tendernizm, I don't know, I'm pretty sure he's been doing well because I've seen him on the news. I've seen him on doing different things, so I'm pretty sure he's doing as well. So, could this be a money grab, you guys? That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. We want to know. Flacco got the facts, though. We finna hear him out.
The brand itself was doing really well on the back of Walter, aka Mr. Tendernizm. Now, when people found out that he was not the owner of the brand, they got really pissed off, and they began to push for Destination Smokehouse to give him ownership. Fast forward, Walter ultimately leaves Destination Smokehouse, and when he leaves, he tells Cartel Bo and a lot of people involved in the situation that he was fired. And his team told media members that he was fired, and he was not given a good faith opportunity to stay with the brand and get ownership.
At Grainger, we have over 1 million products.
Hey, mate. Say, mate. We getting right back into it.
Tendernizm is in full effect, man. Them people did my boy wrong, man. They did our favorite uncle wrong as hell, bruh. But we not worried about none of that, man, because we already bought the building. We got it down here. We got the barbecue truck down here. So it's connected. However he want to do it. If he want to travel or he want to work straight out his restaurant, he can do it. We've been on the phone. It's really happening, man. Them people did my man's wrong, bro. They exploited him. They exploited our uncle, man. They exploited him, man. They used him, man. The racist white.
Now listen, this is not Mr. Tendernizm saying this. This is other people. This is not Mr. Tendernizm saying this. This is outsiders saying this. This is their words. This is not his words. We're going to hear what he said out his mouth, right? So, maybe they're letting all the outside talk get to them, like he's saying it. I don't know. Just because he ain't saying nothing. So, you can't get mad at him for not defending you. He didn't say anything.
People use to the fullest of what they can get out of him. And the second he stepped away, because he was doing it out the heart, out the loyalty, they trademarked the word Tendernizm, fired him, and told him he can't use it no more.
Yeah, that was low. Y'all didn't have to trademark Tendernizm. He could have did that. Y'all thought he wasn't smart enough. I don't know what y'all thought. But that was pretty low. And I think that ultimately is what hurt you guys' business. The backstabbingness that you guys showed when it came to the Tendernizm trademark. Because even when everyone found out he wasn't the owner, they were still rocking with you guys. But the moment they found out you went behind his back and trademarked Mr. Tendernizm, oh, it was over. Go back in time, quote me. It wasn't over until they found out that trademark behind the back.
We gonna sue him. So we breaking all that. That's dead. We done already tender a trademark another way to say tenderism. He good. We give him his own restaurant. He ain't got to pay for nothing. We coming out of pocket for everything. All we ask y'all to do is, man, bless Unc Game, man. Go send a couple dollars to Unc, man. Y'all already know what time it is. Let's get Unc going.
Even the official GoFundMe, where he raised over $100,000, stated that he was fired.
Oh, wait. He raised over 6 figures. That's why they mad. Boy. Hey, them colonizers seen he made 6 figures and they ain't getting nothing. Zilch. Zero. Oh, no. It's a problem.
Fired. That Walter was ultimately fired from the restaurant he helped make famous. So Destination Smokehouse coming out 3 months later to claim that Walter was not fired and he lied about that is some pretty serious accusations. Because that would mean that Walter scammed on the GoFundMe. That would mean that he raised $108,000 under false pretenses. So is either...
Gotcha! Hey, whether he did or he didn't, it's over. Leave him alone. He gone. Why you worried about him?
He got fired or he didn't get fired. It's either he was taken advantage of or he didn't get taken advantage of. Now, everybody around Walter claims that he was fired. They also claim that he was taken advantage of. Because if you made that restaurant, if you took that restaurant from unprofitable,
fresh squeezed watermelon juice on the rocks.
According to their own words, the restaurant was unprofitable. He made no money from it. If Walter took it from unprofitable to millions of dollars in business, to millions of followers on social media, to being a household name overnight, him being fired without equity, without no returns, is wrong and is foul. Well, Destination Smokehouse is saying that's not what happened. So here's what they had to say about the breakup with Walter.
What happened, or what is your relationship with Walter? Because that kind of separation seemed to be the epitome of a good thing that then separated. But what actually happened? Because it was a little inconsistent. Did he leave? Did he stay? Or maybe you could share your side of it, of what happened with Walter Johnson.
It is disappointing. I did not want this to happen. Walter and I have been realizing for like...
Ooh, wee, look at him. Boy, he looked like them bills been piling up. Boy, he didn't save enough. He was splurging that man money. Look at this, look at this.
6 months before he left, that this was bigger than we ever expected. And we've already been through bigger than we ever expected multiple times. But this was different. And we talked all the time about how the internet was trying to do their divide and conquer on us. And he would be the first one to tell me, like, Nick, don't worry about it. We're good. Don't let them do this. What I feel happened was the noise got really loud to where people who originally loved Walter.
Oh, the noise, huh? It had nothing to do with that trademark. It was the noise, huh? Huh, Nick? That's wow.
Started saying a lot of negative things about him that he did not like. And we were sticking through it and we were fighting through it together.
I'm an expert on this topic because I've been covering this from the very beginning. What he's referring to is the Uncle Ruckus accusations that was hitting Walter. You know that Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he's sitting down and the black man is like hugging him, like Uncle Ruckus is like hugging him, like, Ma, so we good? That's what people are putting on Walter, because when the situation went viral, when people found out that Walter was not the owner of Destination Smokehouse, there were a lot of content creators, a lot of fans creating think pieces breaking down why Walter should be part owner, why Walter deserved more, why Walter should get the trademark. And when they found out that a trademark was being applied for under Destination Smokehouse or Black Diamond, that set it off some more. So,
don't lie, Flacco. That's what did it.
When people were speaking out against Walter, against Destination Smokehouse on behalf of Walter, Walter was doing interviews with Destination Smokehouse telling people to mind their business, they don't know nothing, they can't come between the brotherhood, and that made people refer to him as Uncle Ruckus. So he's referring to that, and he's saying because people was hitting Walter with the Uncle Ruckus accusations, and they...
Wait. Time out. Because he was defending you, you're now saying, I defended you when they were mad at you that you defended me, so you should be behind. This shit is crazy, man. This shit is crazy, man. I still ain't heard no liable evidence why you want some of this money, this man money.
It was turning on him. That now forced Walter to turn on him.
Oh my God, hit that like and subscribe, y'all. He think that made Walter turn on him. Oh, let's get into it.
Okay, to the people who was calling him Uncle Ruckus. Now, I don't think that's what happened. I think what happened here is Walter heard enough times what he's worth, and he heard enough times what exactly like people felt like was him being taken advantage of, and he kind of did his research and looked into where people were sending him, and once he found the information he found, he kind of...
See, Flacco is giving y'all the ring around the rosy. I'm going to give you straight cut, man. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. No. People was talking about that trademark, and he went and investigated that trademark, and he found out that trademark got trademarked by Destination Smokehouse. He couldn't believe it. Mr. Tendernizm couldn't believe it. Everything those internet people was saying was right. Oh my God, I gotta get away from this. Ikwitsuocha.
I felt like, damn, y'all right. And that's when his entire attitude and his plans kind of shifted, right? Because Walter was in these interviews defending Destination.
Hold on, man. Let me get the chat. Let me get the gang, everybody up to space. When I say Ikwitsuocha, I'm referring to Ace Ventura, the movie. When the black tribe seen him, they referred to him as the white devil. They called him Ikwitsuocha. White devil.
Okay. Smokehouse, like his life depended on it. When the internet woke him up, he began to look into certain things. And as you're about to hear, Walter was kind of planning on staying at Destination Smokehouse while also building something for himself, since he don't have ownership in this. And they're about to admit that they essentially told Walter he can't.
And about 2-3 weeks before he left, he called me one day asking a question about one of the videos that someone had edited and made me look like I said something about him. And I was like, Walt, you were sitting right next to me. I was talking about myself. They're trying to make it seem like when I said that this guy started with 0 and I'm doing this, they think that I'm talking about you. I've said this in other interviews that I started with 0. This isn't the first time I said it. He's like, all right, man, whatever. I'll see you later. So next time I saw him, everything was kind of okay. But the long and short of it, my feelings is the outside noise got really loud. He didn't like it, and we tried to fix it on our own. And outside of that, I can't speak to it anymore. That's really a Walter question. But the opportunity that came to him was something that he discussed with me multiple occasions. And I told him that I thought it was good for him, but I didn't think it was good for Destination. I actually even felt like, again, we were close like that and we built a lot together. So I feel like I had.
You see that? It's good for you, but that ain't good for Destination. I don't want you to do that. You see what I'm saying? Quincy Watchop.
You know, the right to say this to him. I actually thought that it might not be as good to do this, his new opportunity, because of what we had at Destination. And we hadn't even scratched the surface yet. We had so many things on the horizon that were really special.
That you was
and
the owner
as soon as he left, those.
Did you hear that, y'all? He didn't want him to do things for himself because he had so much things on the horizon with the business that he owned. Not the business that Mr. Tendernizm owned. The business he owned. He had so much on the horizon. He didn't even want him to go do nothing for himself. Let's run that back, y'all.
His new opportunity, because of what we had at Destination, and we hadn't even scratched the surface yet. We had so many things on the horizon like that, and we built a lot together. So I feel like I had, you know, the right to say this to him. I actually thought that it might not be as good to do this, his new opportunity because of what we had at destination, and we hadn't even scratched the surface yet. We had so many things on the horizon that were really special.
Now I want y'all to think about this. If you got a friend, right? Somebody who genuinely cares about you. And you guys got some endeavors together. You guys doing some things together. But you got something over here that pops off. And it's taking off fast. And you tell your boy. And your boy knows. And you kind of like low-key bringing him aboard. And he turns around and tells you, hey, man, I don't think you doing this should be the right thing, man. I think you should focus on what we got going. Don't that sound like some hater? Don't that sound like haterade to you? Am I tripping? Let me know in the comments, y'all. Am I tripping? Did this sound like a little bit of haterism? You know what I mean? You don't want me to do my own thing because the thing we got going, you had so much potential on the horizon. Fuck your horizon.
Like that, and we built a lot together, so I feel like I had, the right to say this to him. I actually thought that it might not be as good to do this, his new opportunity, because of what we had at destination, and we hadn't even scratched the surface yet. We had so many things on the horizon that were really special, and as soon as he left, those things almost disappeared immediately.
So Walter was right. So he didn't lie. Y'all did fire him. You don't have to say it to fire somebody. Yo, this man said Walter came to me because Walter was presented with a lot of other opportunities, right? People wanted Walter to come and do food reviews at their restaurants and rate their stuff and TV appearances and other things to grow his personal brand. He came to Destination Smokehouse after growing their personal brand, after making Destination Smokehouse a national name, after making them famous, after giving them 1 million followers and subscribers. He don't even...
Woo! Flacco cooking, boy. It's not often I say this, y'all. It's not often I say this. Woo! Flacco, you cooking, boy. You is cooking, boy. Grilling.
Got an Instagram. So he comes to them and say, hey, I want to do my own brand on the side. I want to do videos for myself. I want to start touring. I want to start doing food reviews and making content, but I also want to be a Destination Smokehouse as well. I want
to start something for me, for my legacy, for my family, for me.
Do personal content on my spare time in my own time. This man told Walter, yeah, but like, that's really good for you, Walt. Again, this is like the passive-aggressive niceness. It's like passive niceness. Yeah, that's really good for you, Walt, but I don't think you doing food reviews for other restaurants and giving them clout would really work for us. I don't think that will work for us. Now, how many times do you have to tell somebody, hey, that's not gonna work for us? Like, you can do that, but it's not gonna work for us.
Hold up. How y'all gonna tell me what I could do in my personal life? Off the clock. Y'all trying to control my off the clock? Wait up. Wait. 1 second. Do you think I'm a slave? You're trying to control me off the clock, on the clock. When are you not trying to control me? What? This is ridiculous. Hey, man. Destination Smokehouse, they about to crumble.
How many times do you got to tell somebody that until they get the message? Especially an older guy like Walter, he like, well, what?
You ain't got to tell me twice. Pew!
Yeah, so you didn't say outright, you are fired, but you told him, hey, it's either that opportunity or us. You choose you doing your own personal stuff or you do our stuff.
Right.
You can't do both. And when you tell the man he can't do both, in as many words as you told him, that's firing him. I feel like after building your brand, after making y'all famous, after making y'all millions, he should be able to do his own personal Instagram page and make his own personal content and do his own personal food reviews and build something for himself, especially if he doesn't have ownership in the restaurant.
Cook, Flacco, grill.
Now he does explain the ownership part, and we're gonna get there. But am I making sense to y'all, bruh? Does that make sense? Like,
You cooking, bro. You
like,
cooking.
do y'all feel like Walter going out and doing his own thing would have took away?
Listen, man. How many times a year do we say, Flacco, you are cooking? Boy, you cooking. We don't do that often over here. Not on this channel. Because he be on some, extras, curriculars, man. But at the same time, when he cooking, I'm going to tilt my hat to you, man. You cooking, man.
Away from what they got going on, so they had every right to tell him, choose between us or this? I don't think so, bruh.
Thanks, Mike.
See you next month.
So you can get.
Hey, man, how y'all feel about them telling him to choose between Destination Smokehouse and his personal life?
Happy for him. I see him doing a lot of cool things and a lot of people showing him love and respect. And I wanted that for him and us, but for him.
You hating. You wanted that for us. You didn't want that for him. You said him and us. You really meant us. Quincy Ocha. Quincy Ocha.
Him especially. Even when he told me that he wanted to leave and I said, I don't think it can work.
Look at him, ladies and gentlemen. Remember the face structure. This is exactly what the Quincy Ocha face structure looks like. It comes in other structures, but this is the main structure. Quincy Ocha.
If you leave doing what you're currently doing for Destination, but I think this is a blessing for you that after the 5-6 years that we've known each other, that you can take the word tendernism and go out on the road and build something for yourself, 100% for you. And I thought that was a great thing, all the time everybody's talking about percentages and ownership. And Walter not only was offered a percentage of this business, he was paid like an owner while he was here. Unfortunately, and this is a question you have to ask him, I've had papers drawn up for him to review and to decide whether he wanted to sign. It was everything we had ever discussed in our verbal agreement, and he never would follow through with signing anything. And I just felt like whatever it is about the way he is old school, he didn't trust paperwork. He didn't want to be on paper locked in anything. I don't know. Again, that's a question you have to ask him. But as far as I was concerned.
So he's saying ownership, he was trying to give him ownership, but he just wouldn't sign the papers. Is that what he's saying? He's trying to say it like he old school, he don't want to be on no papers? Is that?
But I think this is a blessing for you that after the 5-6 years that we've known each other, that you can take the word tendernism and go out on the road and build something for yourself, 100% for you. And I thought that was a great.
He sounded like he created the word tendernism. It's crazy to me. I might just be tripping.
Thing, all the time everybody's talking about percentages and ownership. And Walter not only was offered a percentage of this business, he was paid like an owner while he was here. Unfortunately, and this is a question you have to ask him, I've had papers drawn up for him to review and to decide whether he wanted to sign. It was everything we had ever discussed in our verbal agreement, and he never would follow through with signing.
Everything we ever discussed in our verbal agreement. So he must have verbally got Mr. Tendernism to agree to some type of ownership to where he ain't really getting much. Guaranteed. That's why he wouldn't sign it. Why would I sign some shit say I get 5% or some shit I created? Why would I sign that? No, white man. Quincy Ocha. I'ma wait it out and come get it in the back end. It's all good. And you best leave me alone because I still could come get it.
Anything. And I just felt like whatever it is about the way he is old school, he didn't trust paperwork. He didn't want to be on paper locked in anything. I don't know. Again, that's a question you have to ask him. But as far as I was concerned, what we had was really special. And when he told me he wanted to do what he wanted to do, I wished him well. And I said, listen, you leaving doesn't mean we can't still, get along. It doesn't mean that you have to leave and people have to be mad that you're not with Destination. He's like, man, come on. That's crazy. He's like, man, I'm Destination for life. And I was like, well, we're really close and my kids and I just don't want them to have to deal with anything real. Before I even got this sentence out, he's like, man, stop. He's like, we're family. So the last thing I said to him that was a conversation we had before he made his announcement was Nick. He's like, I'm gonna go public. You know, hopefully I get on an interview with national attention, and when I do, I'm gonna clear everything up. So I took him at that, and when he made his announcement the way he did, I was really in shock, because my feelings and everybody else's feelings was that he was fired, that he was treated poorly, and that he had to do what he was doing. And it was exactly the opposite.
My dad always told me free will don't exist when you provide a man with the options. If you give me option A, B, C, and D, and only option A, B, C, and D, then I don't have free will. I'm just picking whatever your path is for me, right? If you say it's either A or B, choose.
Right.
Well, I don't have free will. Like no, I don't have the will to choose option C. No, you told me, right? So in this situation, it's a firing. You told him he can't do his own personal thing. He can't do the opportunities that were presented to him because you believe it would take away from Destination Smokehouse. And what are those opportunities? The things he's doing right now. Going to restaurants, doing like reviews, going ahead and cook for celebrities in their home, making content on his own personal page instead of putting all his content on Destination Smokehouse page.
At sheetlabels.com, we don't just print labels, we make stickers. And
hey, they trying to do Mr. Tendernizm wrong, y'all.
Either do your own thing and build your own personal brand, or you stay with Destination Smokehouse. Now, again, I didn't see the contract, so I can't tell you. I don't know why he didn't want to sign a contract. But after seeing how y'all giving it up in this regard, bro, son, I don't know. I don't know, bro, son. After seeing how y'all giving it up here, I don't want to know what was in that contract, bro. But the contract might has very well been intact in good faith. I'm not putting that on y'all. But if that old man who was wise, if he read that contract and he said, nah, this no good, then we got to hear from Walter why the contract was no good. But I don't think we could just take your word for it and assume that you gave him a perfect contract that gave him all the W's and everything he wanted, and he looked at that and said, yeah, I don't want equity in $1 million business. I don't think that's how that works, right? Especially after he got fired. Now, he did say, in regards to the trademark, that they were treated poorly in that regard because they applied for the trademark on behalf of Walter, but people took it and framed it as if the trademark was stolen. But again, Walter told us that. Walter told us in that GoFundMe that when he left, y'all told him he couldn't use Tendernizm anymore. And he had to fight for it. Y'all fired him, told him he can't use the business name or Tendernizm on his personal page, and he had to navigate around it by adding Mr. Tendernizm to it. So that's a Walter and you narrative. Now, we weren't there. It's a he said, she said. And if we have to decide who we believe, bro, we're gonna probably believe Walter. Because that old man don't look like he just out here lying on people, man.
Now, the ownership part that you just spoke of, is that similar to what happened with the trademark?
So the trademark, that's totally different. Okay, so trademark, I wanted nothing to do with back in 2024. Walter visited. Walter was shopping, he told me, and some guy in a grocery store came up to him and mentioned Tendernizm and said, hey, you should trademark that. Another person said something similar to him a few days later, and he came to me with it. I was like, listen, Walt, I don't know anything about this. Back 2024, like I said, we weren't making a lot of money still. Revenue was coming in.
He didn't trademark that in 2024. He trademarked that in 2025 when the buzz started happening. He didn't trademark that in 2024. He's lying. That's a bald-faced lie right there. That right there is lies. He quit Suocha, y'all.
Or Walter visited. Walter was shopping, he told me, and some guy in a grocery store came up to him and mentioned Tendernizm and said, hey, you should trademark that. Another person said something similar to him a few days later, and he came to me with it. I was like, listen, Walt, I don't know anything about this. Back 2024, like I said, we weren't making a lot of money still. Revenue was coming in, but I was focusing on not selling out every day.
Y'all believe this foolery if you want to.
We're cooking off site. We had one smoker to cook for all these people that wanted to come in and eat. So I wasn't really thinking about it. And if anything, Black Diamond at the time had more resonance than Tendernizm. So to me, I was like, listen, Walt, I'm not really interested, man. If you want to try and do it, go ahead. So he tried to do it on his own. And about 3 months later, he got an email and a text message basically saying that it didn't go through. And I don't know when he shared that with me. He might have shared it when it happened, but only time I remember actually seeing it is he showed it to me on his phone and had me take a picture of it was about a few days after someone else had registered for Tendernizm first. So I was only registering it for him. He was 100% aware of it. The attorney that I was working with recommended because of the person who'd already filed, it would be a lot easier to use
The attorney recommended it. Man, this dude is full of it, y'all.
Destination as the entity to get the trademark because of how we've used it.
Now that Walter has left, why is there a holdup in Walter getting a trademark? Like, there's a holdup in Walter getting a trademark because they're giving you guys a deadline to challenge it. And you even admitted to such in this video, right? That your lawyer told you the deadline to this is when y'all have to challenge it, and she's been asking you about it and you've been ignoring her. You don't have to, she's your lawyer. You could tell her, hey, we're not challenging it. Actually, listen, as a matter of fact, assign whatever trademark we got approved for, assign that to Walter, right?
Yeah, nah, that's the 52 fake. That's the act like we're trying to not do it, but then as soon as we see something we don't like, we do it. Man, get out of here.
I don't want nothing to do with Tendernizm, as you said in this video, but you said you don't have any use for the trademark, you don't want the trademark, but yet you didn't assign a trademark, and up until now, there's been a hold on Walter getting a trademark because they've been waiting on you guys to challenge it. So if you didn't want anything to do with the trademark, you could have been assigned a trademark to Walter and declined a challenge a long time ago. You didn't, so I don't know what to believe here. Y'all let me know in the comments.
Hey, man. They try to backstab Mr. Tendernizm. That's what's going on here, Flacco. It ain't hard to see. I see right through it. They try to backstab him, y'all. And they come into the public eye, which is not smart, to try to convince us. We're not convinced. We are not convinced. But let me know in the comments, man, what y'all think, man. How y'all feel about everything, man. How y'all feel about Mr. Walter, Mr. Tendernizm. How y'all feel about Nick, Quincewocha, and how the whole business situation went down. Let me know in the comments. Drop me a hype. If you join in the Bands gang, man, hit that subscribe button. You already know what it is, y'all, man. Hey, until the next